3. 5 levels of push-ups. Right now in this exact moment, I am going to reveal something absolutely incredible to you. And trust me when I say this is going to completely transform the way you think about bodyweight training forever. Because what I have prepared for you today is not just another boring fitness routine, but rather an explosive journey through 5 mind-blowing levels of push-ups that are specifically designed to absolutely demolish your current strength limits and take your physical capabilities to heights you never imagined possible. So here is the real question that you need to ask yourself right now. Are you truly ready to conquer all 5 levels and prove to yourself that you have what it takes to become an absolute beast? Or are you going to back down from this incredible challenge that is waiting for you right here, right now? Because I promise you that by the time we finish this journey together, your muscles are going to be screaming, your heart will be pounding, and you will feel more alive and powerful than you have felt in a very long time. So let us dive straight into this transformation, starting right now with the very first level that forms the foundation of everything else we are going to build together. The first level that we are going to master together is what most people simply call the normal push-up. But I want you to completely forget everything you think you know about this movement because, even though it might seem basic or simple to you, there is actually so much depth and technique hidden within this foundational exercise that most people completely miss and end up doing it wrong their entire lives without ever realizing they are leaving massive gains on the table. So here is exactly how you are going to execute this movement with absolute perfection and squeeze every single ounce of muscle building potential out of it. Start by positioning your hands on the ground and make sure they are placed just slightly wider than your shoulders. Not too wide and definitely not too narrow, because this specific hand placement is the sweet spot that allows you to generate maximum power while also protecting your shoulder joints from unnecessary stress and potential injury. Now lower your entire body down in one smooth, controlled motion, and I really want you to focus on moving slowly and deliberately here, because this is not a race. And the slower you go, the more time your muscles spend under tension, which is exactly what creates that incredible growth stimulus that transforms your physique. Keep lowering yourself until your chest comes so close to the floor that it almost touches the ground, but not quite. And this is the critical moment where you should feel an intense stretch across your chest muscles and your shoulders should be loaded with tension. Then explosively push yourself back up to the starting position, driving through your palms and feeling your chest, triceps, and shoulders all working together in perfect harmony to move your body weight through space. Throughout this entire movement from start to finish, you absolutely must keep your elbows tucked relatively close to your body, because allowing them to flare out excessively is one of the biggest mistakes people make, and it places dangerous stress on your shoulder joints that can lead to pain and injury down the road. Another crucial element that separates average push-ups from extraordinary push-ups is maintaining an incredibly tight core throughout the entire movement, so squeeze your abs hard, as if someone was about to punch you in the stomach, and keep that tension locked in from the first rep to the last rep. Your body should form one perfectly straight line running from the top of your head all the way down through your spine and continuing through your hips and legs all the way to your heels, because any sagging in the hips or piking up of your butt means you are losing tension and reducing the effectiveness of every single repetition you perform. This first level might seem straightforward, but mastering it with flawless technique is absolutely essential before you even think about progressing to the more advanced variations that are coming next. Now we are moving forward into the second level, which is going to shift the focus and target your muscles from a completely different angle. And this variation is called the wide push-up, and it is going to light up your chest in ways that the standard push-up simply cannot match. Begin by getting into your standard push-up position just like before, but here is where things get interesting, because instead of placing your hands at shoulder width, you are going to move them significantly wider, positioning them much further apart than you normally would. And this wider hand placement is going to completely change the mechanics of the movement and shift the emphasis heavily onto your chest muscles, especially the outer portions of your pecs. Make absolutely certain that you maintain that same perfectly straight body line from your head all the way down to your heels. Because even though your hand position has changed, the fundamental principle of maintaining total body tension remains exactly the same, and you cannot afford to let your form break down even slightly. Engage your core with maximum intensity, squeezing your abs and glutes to create a rock-solid foundation that keeps your entire body stable and aligned throughout the movement. Now begin lowering your chest down towards the ground, moving with control and intention, feeling the stretch intensify across your chest as you descend deeper and deeper into the bottom position. Here is something really important that you need to understand about this variation. And it is totally okay, and actually expected that your elbows are going to flare out to the sides slightly more than they did during the normal push-ups, because the wider hand placement naturally creates this flaring, and it is actually beneficial for targeting the chest muscles from this particular angle. However, you still want to maintain some degree of control and not let your elbows fly out completely wild, because that would compromise your shoulder stability. Lower yourself down until you feel that deep stretch in your chest, and then drive powerfully back up to the starting position, squeezing your pecs hard at the top of the movement and really focusing on that mind-muscle connection that makes every rep count for something. This second level is going to build incredible width and thickness across your chest, creating that powerful look that turns heads everywhere you go. Are you ready for things to get seriously intense? Because the third level is where we separate the casual gym goers from the true warriors who are willing to push beyond their comfort zone and explore movements that most people will never even attempt in their entire lives. This variation is called the pseudo-planche push-up, and the name alone should tell you that we are entering into some seriously advanced territory here, because this movement borrows elements from one of the most impressive gymnastics skills in existence, the full planche hold. Start by getting into a standard push-up position with your hands placed on the ground. But here is where the magic happens, and where this movement becomes something truly special. You are going to lean your entire body weight forward, shifting your center of gravity, until your shoulders move in front of your fingertips, and this forward lean is absolutely crucial, because it places enormous demands on your anterior deltoids and your core muscles, forcing them to work overtime just to keep you from face planting into the ground. This forward lean might feel incredibly awkward and uncomfortable at first because your body is not used to supporting itself in this position, but stick with it, because this is where the real strength gains happen. From this forward lean position, begin lowering your body down towards the ground, and you are going to feel immediately that this is nothing like a regular push-up, because the leverage is completely different, and the strength demands are off the charts. Keep your elbows tucked in tight against your sides throughout the entire descent, because any flaring here will make the movement exponentially harder and less effective. Lower yourself down as far as you can while maintaining that forward lean, and then push back up to the starting position. But here is the key detail that most people miss. You must maintain that forward lean throughout the entire range of motion, both on the way down and on the way up. Because if you shift your weight backwards, you are basically cheating yourself out of the benefits and turning it back into a regular push-up. This third level is going to forge incredible shoulder strength and build your front delts into cannonballs, while simultaneously developing insane core stability that carries over into every other movement you do. Now we have arrived at the fourth level, and this is where things get absolutely wild, because we are going to introduce unilateral training into the mix, meaning that one side of your body is going to be working significantly harder than the other side. And this creates a whole new dimension of difficulty that is going to expose any strength imbalances you might have, while building functional power that translates directly into real-world performance. This variation is called the Archer Push-Up A. It gets this name because the movement pattern resembles an archer pulling back a bow, and if you have ever tried these before, you know exactly how brutal they can be. But if this is your first time experiencing them, then buckle up, because you are in for quite a ride. Start by placing yourself in a wide push-up position with your hands positioned significantly wider than shoulder width, creating a broad, stable base just like we did back in level 2. But we are going to use this wide stance in a completely different way this time. As you begin lowering your body down towards the ground, here is the critical difference that defines this movement. You are going to bend one arm while keeping the other arm completely straight, almost fully extended. And this creates an incredible challenge, because essentially one arm is doing the majority of the pushing work, while the other arm is providing some assistance and stability, but is mostly just along for the ride. As you descend into the bottom position, you should feel an intense burn and tension building up in the arm that is bent, because that side is bearing the brunt of your body weight, and your muscles are working overtime to control the descent and prevent you from crashing to the ground. When you push back up to the starting position, really focus all of your mental energy and intention on engaging the muscles in your bent arm even more intensely than the muscles in your straight arm, because this is where the magic happens, and this is what builds that incredible unilateral strength.